loved one passes, we're often left with this sense of, what can I do now? Or we think it's over. But actually, the last breath is the beginning. It's just something that most of us are not sensitive to, and our society hasn't studied and paid attention to in these times. But what's actually happening, if I want to tell you in the basics, this soul is beginning a migration, a passing, the terminology we even use conventionally. So it's far from the completion. This is the completion of the breath, and being present for that time is truly an amazing and blessed experience, as much as it may be griefful as well. But at this time, we want to pay attention to is the birth, so that we can help support the soul's transition, as well as grow in ourselves, those who are here living. When we are more aware and experienced with death, I find that we're much more free and inspired to live. So what are a few very practical things I can share with you at this time that you can do yourself and with your friends and loved ones? One thing is to be present, as many of you as possible and as comfortable in a given situation during the time of the last breath, if at all possible. And let's not feel like at this stage we have to rush or move the body or change anything. But we can bear witness. It might help to bear witness if someone recites a poem, or if everyone agrees to stay in silence, if there's anyone who would like to sing or play some gentle music. Some way that we can stay actually present in this new energetic transition that will happen. We may find that we're actually able to experience something very new. At this time, we also want to very intentionally have thoughts about the beautiful things that this person has created on earth, and lots of forgiveness for ourselves and for them. This is a time where all of the personal reality, all that we've carried all our lives, the dramas, the interplays, the ups and the downs, all of this can disperse and clear the way, as we've heard people talk about with their near-death experiences, clear the way for the path of light. And that's what we want to very much facilitate for this soul's birthing or person's passing. So we want to help pay attention to what helps clear the personal field. And this is even, certainly we do this quite a bit before the last breath, but this is even something we can be doing in the first couple hours after the last breath. We also want to have a guardianship for this passing. From the time of the passing, actually until the burial, many funeral homes provide the service, but we're going to be speaking about what you can do with your friends and loved ones right at home without professional intervention if you so choose. So we want to have a guardianship that can be near or around or anywhere in the proximity of the body, because the soul's journey is more of an energetic field that's transitioning. Anywhere in the same house or property should be able to support this, but the closer the better. Things like songs, poetry, meditation, near to the body will support this. Aside from guardianship, you can also, and I well recommend, light candles. This is very real. When we put this flame, this light on, we're working with the elements of nature. We're working with the elements that alchemize reality. We want to have fire burning to keep a lighted presence during this passage time, a vigil, a witnessing, a warmth, a heart space. So candle lighting is also very, very important. In addition to that, it's important to work with the element of water. We want to ourselves, as we come closer and further from the body, pay attention to the cleansing of our own hands and our face. And there's also an invitation to do a ritual washing for the body itself. Now, this is something we may want to bring in a group of professionals or community leaders who are regular with doing this kind of thing to help facilitate us to do it in our home. But it's important to pay attention to that washing, to the purification of water and the honoring of the body. The other thing you can do is, when you're with your friends and loved ones, speak intentionally. The great memories, not just of this person's personality, but of what this person has created on earth. Because essentially, our purpose is to be here as creative agents, and we want to mark and set in stone, which we'll also talk about in a minute, that the purpose, or a good amount of the purpose of this person's life, has been fulfilled. We want to stake that in the ground during the time of the soul's passing. It gives the soul more freedom. What we're trying to do is usher the soul into its full freedom. And as I mentioned before, the forgiveness. This is something you can do amongst your family and friends during the first couple days, especially the first 24 hours after the last breath, to support that the sphere of the mind, this collective consciousness that we share, especially in the family, friends, and loved ones, will be clear and pave a clear passage for the soul to journey free. The death is so challenging, especially in tragic circumstances, of course, for those of us who are left with a loss. And ultimately, it's a freedom and a release. And we want to be sure we pay attention, honor that soul to support its journey, and learn a lot more about freedom and release for those of us here living.